Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor to me to take an opportunity for presenting the research through the 5th International Seminar on Linguistics or ISOL 5. Let me introduce myself. My name is Tessa Qurrata. I am a Linguistics Master Program student in Andalas University of Padang. I would like to present the presentation under the title The Types of Implicatures found in Najwa Shihab's utterances in Mata Najwa talk show of episodes of Against of Corona and Waiting for Terawan.
So this is the introduction. I would like to explain from the theory of implicatures and the types of it. Then I will talk about related to electronic media. Next discussions are about Mata Najwa talk show and Najwa Shihab's utterances. The term of implicature was introduced by Greece as a study that is closely related to the principle of cooperation. Meanwhile, Brown and Yule said that implicature is an implicit meaning that is conveyed directly by the speaker to the hearer. Implicature is usually found in speech between two or more people to share ideas or information. Greece said that there are two types of implicatures. There are non-conventional implicatures or conversational implicature and conventional implicature. So, generalized conversational implicature, scalar implicature, and conversational implicature are the types of conversational implicatures. Is an implicature whose meaning is obtained from conversations with their implied pragmatic functions. It's different compared to conventional implicature. Generalized conversational implicature is a speech situation when there is no need for special context to find out the additional meaning conveyed. Scalar implicature is used in conversation to communicate something by choosing a word that expresses one value from a rating scale. For example, all, most, many, some, few. Then, conversational implicatures is usually called as conversational implicature or non-conventional implicature. Conversational implicature takes conversations often in very specific contexts where conclusions can be drawn. Another type of implicature is conventional implicature. So, conventional implicature is the implicature whose meaning is gained from the words in the utterance, not from the conversation of the speakers. Conventional implicatures are not based on cooperative principles or maxims. Conventional implicature is obtained directly from the meaning of the word, both in speech and in writing, which adheres to the agreement between the speaker and the hearer. Not only found in daily conversation, implicatures in utterances can also be found in other fields, such as electronic media. Electronic media can accommodate users to obtain audio, visual, and audiovisual information. There are many types of electronic media. One of the popular using nowadays is Internet. The Internet is the easiest way for the people to access any news, for example, website for watching videos, YouTube. This website allows people to watch movies or made by YouTube content creators. One of the shows that provide information on the latest news in Indonesia is the program of Mata Najwa Talk Show. The program was hosted by the senior Indonesian journalist, Najwa Shihab. It can also be accessed on the YouTube channels of Narasi Newsroom and Najwa Shihab. Najwa Shihab is brilliant in using words and makes these talk shows popular. This program is interesting to watch with the dialogue between Shihab and her interviewees. Shihab's utterances cannot be separated from the implied meaning or implicature. One of the episodes of Mata Najwa talk show was Waiting for Terawan that aired in 2020. Shihab hoped to interview the Minister of Health of Indonesia, Terawan Agus Putranto, to confirm various reports regarding the surge in COVID-19 cases in Indonesia. Unfortunately, Terawan didn't present without reasons. Coronavirus disease or COVID-19 is an infectious disease through droplets and the respiratory tract that can cause death. Based on this background of the research, Najwa Shihab's utterances contain implicatures, which are interpreted differently depending on the context of the episode in Mata Najwa Talk Show of episodes of Against Corona and Waiting for Terawan. These episodes must be analyzed because it's a bridge for people in getting information about COVID-19 in Indonesia. It's needed to classify the types of implicatures that were found in her utterances during the show. So this is problem statement and research question and problem of the study, and as you can see in this presentation. I will explain to you research method I used. This is a descriptive research with a qualitative approach. The research is considered descriptive because I did the research based on existing phenomena and facts empirically, and qualitative means collecting written and spoken words from the observed language phenomena in descriptive data form. Next is data. So, as you can see in this presentation, all utterances of Najwa Shihab in the episodes of Against Corona and Waiting for Terawan were the data, and the total of the data were 353. So I collected the data, used non-participant observation, I just listened to the videos, and then I wrote the transcriptions and I listened it repeatedly. So as you can see, this method of analyzing data, I use matching method, and the techniques are sorting technique and comparison and distinguishing technique. Because it's a pragmatic research, so I use referential sorting as the determining tool, and I apply mental sorting technique. Also, I compare and distinguish technique because it's to describe the types of implicatures. Finally, to present results of the research, I use formal method and informal method. And yeah, this is descriptive explanation using table and diagram to show the types of implicatures used. This is the first finding I found in this research. The type of implicature that I found first is generalized conversational implicature. This is the sample in data 30. I found in 170 data. So the speech are like this in this presentation. So this is the explanation. It's classified as generalized conversational implicature because the context doesn't require special context. The context in the conversation was when Shihab asked whether Terawan entered the Ring 1 area, which was interpreted from the previous conversation that the area was the Indonesian Minister of Health office area in Natuna. The office was close to observation area of COVID-19 for Indonesians from China. The question was also given by Shihab to confirm the fact of the information. Ke dalam sana, or English in there, man was referring to the COVID-19 observation area in Natuna. If examined from the previous conversation, Terawan explained that the distance is between Ring 1 and the observation site wasn't that far. Terawan admitted that he had entered the observation site by answering firmly yes. It's considered that there is no violation of maxims because the answer that Shihab expects is in accordance with the answer given by Terawan, concise and precise. Its color implicature. I found in 9 data. I used data 28 as my example in this presentation. So, Shihab's utterances is included in the type of scalar implicature because of the use of the word a little bit, or in Indonesia is agak jauh. The scale of the word a little bit starts from a little, a bit, a lot. Earlier, Minister Terawan informed that he went around monitoring the process of observing Indonesians in Natuna and mentioned the terms of Ring 1, Ring 2, and Ring 3. Ring 1 is the element of the first location, such as the government. The meaning of the implicature of Shihab's utterance is to inform that the location of Ring 1 in Natuna is quite far from Mata Najwa studio in Jakarta. The violation of maxim of quality can be seen from Shihab's speech above. The distance from Natuna Regency to Jakarta is not a distance that can be measured close but far. This is not in accordance with Shihab's utterance, which show the distance between Natuna and Jakarta is not that far away. Shihab used the word a little bit in order to show that the distance from Ring 1 in Natuna to the Mata Najwa talk show studio in Jakarta is not that far. However, it's generally understood that Shihab used the kind of word from its context. The previous conversation mentioned that Terawan left his office in Natuna and was able to attend the studio in Jakarta. The third one is conversational implicature or non-conventional implicature. I found in 63 data, and this is the example from data 110. It's a type of conversational implicature because of the special context needed to understand it. From the example, we can say that the answer of Terawan gave to Shihab is not really related, so we used to know the context first. The context in the speech is that Shihab asked for the sooner compensation given to Natuna Regency due to the use of that place as COVID-19 observation site. Terawan answered the problem of accelerating the disbursement of compensation funds depending on how quickly it was attended. The maxim of relevance was violated in the conversation because Terawan was irrelevant in answering Shihab's question, which should have been answered sooner or not. Last but not least is conversational implicature. So I found in 111 data, and from the example we can see the utterance didn't come from the conversation. So Shihab introduced the research person she had invited in the episode against Corona, and the research person was Vice Regent of Natuna Regency, Ngesti Yuni Suprapti. So this is the chart of types of implicatures, and the most often used implicator was generalized conversational implicature. Because Shihab as the host often asks her interviewee using a general context in order to give clear information to the audience. The information is useful to meet the needs of the Indonesian people regarding the coronavirus pandemic. This is conclusion, so I made 2 points of that as you can see in the presentation. And why Shihab used generalized conversational implicator most, I said before in this presentation.
Well, that's it. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.